Mr. President, Ambassador Mike Huckabee of Jerusalem, our ambassador to Israel, is right. This is a Truman moment, a true Truman moment. This is 1945 all over again. You've got to be proactive and preemptive. Do what Jehu did in the Bible. Entice the enemy, lure them in. Encircle them, then eliminate. Eliminate the threat. Because it's on you, on your shoulders, on your watch. Now, you don't know how long you have, but what you have, do with today, but you don't think you can do tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promised. Yesterday's gone. All you have is today. And that's why today is the gift that God has given you. He spared your life in Butler. Not for your name, not for your glory. Not to make America great again. To make him great again. And God we trust is on the dollar and on the coin. We just put that in there in the 50s just to combat communism. Do we use God as a threat against other nations? No. God uses us for those threats against him. Now, you've been doing a fairly good job, Mr. President, but good isn't good enough, and there's always more. It only takes a little to do a lot. Do a little more. And let the enemies of God know, the enemies of truth and freedom, true freedom. Because at the end of the day, your Muslim friends, even in Qatar, who actually support Hamas, love to play nice because their goal is to end in horror, with you bowing down to what the Muslims call the Mahdi. The Sunnis and the Shiites know who that is. That's the Muslim Messiah, who your Messiah, Jesus, whose name is actually Yeshua because he is Jewish, bows to the Muslim God, the Muslim Messiah. That's in their book. That's in their writings. Oh, they talk about Yeshua, Jesus as the Christian's name, like to call him. But Jesus is only a tool of Islam. He's one of those Christian gods that the Muslims like to refer to, who's going to bring all the Christians under submission to Allah. They all know that. And to bring the world under Sharia law. They know that. And people with a lack of knowledge don't know that. Mr. President, you got to go in like Jehu. Entice, encircle, and eliminate. Repeat after me. Entice the enemy, encircle the enemy, and eliminate. Eliminate the threat. The threat isn't going away. You got to go in with the intention of getting all the cancer. Not some of it. All of it. You're old enough to understand history. Can't you see what's playing again before your eyes? Read the book of Amos. All of it. Read the whole full book. It's only a few chapters. This is your day, your moment, and your hour. Seize it. You don't need the approval of the UN or NATO or G7 or G8 or G20 or any Gs, except the one big G that matters. Adonai Hashem Elohim Yahweh. Every generation gets an opportunity. Now, in the United States, we don't have bombs flying over our heads, do we? China isn't on one end trying to kill us, though subvertly and covertly, perhaps, right? Russia isn't on the other end. There's no missiles being lobbed at your daughter, at your grandchildren. Nobody's running in the middle of the day, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning, at all hours, into a shelter, breaking their necks, spraining their feet, getting under cardiac arrest at a drop of a moment, in the middle of breastfeeding their babies, in the middle of lunch or dinner, in the middle of a bath or a shower, in the middle of a medical procedure. All of a sudden, sirens, running, jumping, panicking in the car. We don't live like that. And these anti-Semites that call themselves conservatives, Tucker Carlson, even Alex Jones, Candace Owens, people who think they're smarter than God and they know history. They don't know, well, they know a little. Diddly squat? No, they know a little, and that's the problem. They know enough to be dangerous, to speak with such arrogance and pride about what they know. It's God who's in control, Adonai. It's no one group. But you have a job to do. Don't fear man. They shouldn't fear you, Mr. President. They should fear Adonai, the Lord, the Master of the universe. They don't need to fear a conservative or a liberal, a Democrat or a Republican. It is not about the fear of our name, our political party, our nation. It's about the fear of the maker of heaven and earth. Israel's job was to make sure that they made that point clear to everyone on the planet. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, not of Hezbollah, Hamas, ISIS, the Houthis, the Muslim Brotherhood, any other name you want to throw in there. It is not the fear of the Chinese, the Chaikans, the communists, the Russians, the Americans, the Germans, the Nazis. It's the fear of God. And as long as we continue to make God play second fiddle in the orchestra of creation and life, that's a losing proposition. We are never going to get ahead. And we keep repeating the same mistakes, but until we turn to the Lord, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people. Look what I've done. Look what the Lord has done. He is greater than I. No, he is great, period. Mr. President, the ambassador to Jerusalem was right. Ambassador Pastor Mike Huckabee. He's like Esther in the ear of the king. Listen to him. If you got to go it alone in a decision, go it alone. Like Gideon, you don't need confirmation from a man. Usually the right people with the right stuff go the right way, and it's the way that no one else is going. How do you know you're doing it? Because everyone else ain't. How do you know it's the right path? Because everybody else is on another one. And for the wrong reasons and motivations. You see, there's nothing wrong with war if you're fighting the right one. And war is necessary in a fallen world as a stalwart, as a standard against those things that are wrong. You love peace? Well, it usually takes war to find it and to bring it. How many times a police officer had to come in to quelch a crowd or stop an axe murderer or serial killer or shooter? Well, that's an act of war in order to bring peace. You've got to war to get it. You've got to fight to bring peace. Does that make you a violent man? No, not the man who's fighting for the sake of peace, but the man who's fighting to disrupt peace. That's war. Go to war for peace. Take down this Islamic extremism. Free the Persians of Iran. And if God is with you, and you, or more importantly, if you are with God, it will be done. The same thing in Pakistan and India. Since Gandhi, they have been trying to disrupt that country. And they disrupt everywhere they go. Now they've hijacked the progressive movement in the U.S. They've already hijacked London Sweden, the Danish countries, because they were just too kind and too nice. They didn't understand why nationalism was important, why tribalism was important. They were too busy wanting everybody to like them. Don't need everybody to like you. In fact, you should want few to like you. You want the right people to like you, and the right people to like the right people. You want an enemy worthy of your righteousness and your convictions, not one that compromises it. Go, eliminate them. Take them out in the name of Adonai.